Hi there, I'm Joe Ty, and for the next 18 months, I will be working with the team at Presbyterian Senior Living on what we call a Values and Culture Initiative. I will be challenging you, helping you to think more clearly about what your values are as an organization, as individuals, and what is the culture you need to have to make sure that those values are reflected in how you treat each other, in how you treat your residents, in how you treat yourself. You know, I've been doing this for a long time. And over the years, I've had two guiding insights for my work. Insight number one, the culture of any organization is shaped by the collective attitudes and behaviors of the people who work there. And if nobody's willing to change their attitude, their behavior, no matter what you do, you can bring in motivational speakers, give everybody a happy face pin. Until enough people make that commitment to be part of the change, to make the personal change, nothing's going to happen. You end up with a program of the month and the happy face pins are upside down. And so the first challenge I'm giving you is each individually to look in the mirror and say, what can I do to be a better person, a better caregiver, a better employee, a better friend to the people I work with? But the second insight is that change is hard. We have all tried to change and failed, haven't we? We've all had the New Year's resolution that showed up dead on arrival. And so I'm going to be giving you some new ideas, new tools, new techniques on how to make some of those personal changes. And I hope I'm going to inspire you to want to make those changes and to help your colleagues make those changes. And the first of those tools we call the pickle pledge. It's a very simple promise. It says, I will turn every complaint into either a blessing or a constructive suggestion. This simple promise can be life-changing. It has been for a lot of people. It has been for me. Because instead of whining and complaining about your problems, which is really a bad strategy, nobody ever solved a problem by complaining about it. Nobody ever got home quicker by complaining about the traffic. Nobody ever helped another person be a better human being by complaining about that person. It takes courage to stop whining and complaining and actually do something. It takes courage to stop talking about somebody behind their back and actually go talk to that person. But that's what this promise will help you do. Now, quite a while back, I was working with a hospital and somebody said, let's decorate a pickle jar and start putting quarters in every time we catch ourselves or someone else complaining. And that idea has really taken off. Now we call it the Pickle Challenge for Charity. Somebody said, well, what do we do with all this money? And they did have a lot of money after the first week. Why don't we donate it to a charity? And now we challenge organizations, pick a charity and decorate pickle jars, have all sorts of other fun stuff, pickle bake sales, people dress up like pickles, whatever you want to do. But raise money for a charity by turning complaints into contributions. And that's the challenge that I'm giving you. Pick a charity that pulls at your heartstrings, that means something to you, and raise money for that charity by turning negativity into positivity. You will find, I promise you, if you take this to heart, you will find that it changes the way you look at the world, the way you look at yourself. Now, building on this promise helps you wipe away negative attitudes, negative language. You build upon that with the self-empowerment pledge. This is one promise for each day of the week. And we'll be talking about that when I come by. But let me give you an example. Today is Wednesday as I record this, and our promise on Wednesday is determination. This morning I put on my wristband and I said these words out loud, determination. Today I will do the things I'm afraid to do, but which I know should be done. Sometimes this will mean asking for help to do that which I cannot do by myself. I said that. I got cognitive dissonance because for 2 weeks I've been putting off sending a manuscript to somebody I want to look at it, but I'm scared to death that he's going to hate it and he's going to hate me for doing it. And finally this morning I sent it and I asked for the help. That's because I can't live with that cognitive dissonance, making the promises and then breaking them. And you'll find the same thing. As you make these promises, they start to sink in and they start to change your behavior. And then on this, the inspiring people, the engaging people begins with looking at your values, both as an organization and personally. And that's what I'm going to be working with you on over the next 18 months. You have a statement of core values right now. That's okay. When I was with you a few weeks ago in March, I asked a lot of people, what are these 4 values? And most people didn't know. You deserve a statement of values that is authentic, that defines who you are, what you stand for, what you won't stand for, what your residents can expect from you. You deserve a statement of values that you're proud enough of it, you would take it home and put it on your fridge at home. You deserve a statement of values that is so powerful you use it in your recruiting efforts. And that's what I'm going to help you create. And on that statement of values, a blueprint for the kind of culture that's required to make those values real. I'm also going to challenge each of you individually to think about your values. And I know something about you. I know that you have good, solid values. I know that because of what you do and the people you serve. I also know for most of you, you really haven't thought about those values. You don't have a personal statement of values. You don't periodically sit down and say, how am I living my values? What more can I do? And so I created a course on personal values that identified values that are universal and eternal. No matter what your religion is, your politics, your ethnicity, where you grew up, how old you are, these values from authenticity to leadership really are the person you want to be. And so I'm going to be sharing over the next 18 months that course with you and challenging you to live your values more effectively. Let me wrap up with this. A while back, I got a letter from the CEO of a hospital that I had been working with. And he said, I got a whole new team and didn't have to change the people because they changed themselves. And I've come to see that as the gold standard of culture change. When enough people make that personal commitment to live according to their values, to act according to the cultural expectations of their organization, that is how you change culture. And it transcends any one individual or job title, including the CEO. It becomes a part of your cultural DNA. And so over the next 18 months, we're going to have fun. We're going to decorate pickle jars. We're going to promise each other to empower ourselves. We're going to work on our values. And you're going to look back 18 months from now and say, this was really a good investment for PSL and for me personally. I will see you soon.